Alright, I'm going to try to record all of this in one go as I don't have a lot of time. Been out on vacation, so that's why I haven't edited anything recently, I suppose in the last week. But yeah, for today, we are working on removing the brakes. Probably should have used anti-seize to begin with, but I guess I forgot, so just went back and sprayed everything down with anti-seize. I believe this was PB Blaster. I suppose any penetrating oil works, but this is just what I purchased. So, everything I saw on YouTube said do not use a standard wrench. I figured why didn't it matter. But I stripped it out fairly quickly. So as you'll see later, I have to just cut it. I didn't have time to mess with it, and it was just completely stripped out. I had to take a trip to the hardware store and pick up the correct wrench. And grab a protein Pop-Tart. So I went to the hardware store and purchased a flare nut wrench, as I was using open-ended wrenches before, which obviously stripped it out. I also tried pretty much every wrench tool I had just to make sure. But yeah, it was too late. It was already stripped out. That was by far the best wrench. It did the job. Working on getting the calipers off. Really not a fan of brake fluid. I don't think anyone is. From my understanding, it's pretty toxic and very damaging to tools and finishes on tools and floors and whatnot. So you'll see me do a lot of cleaning. Paid money for these floors, want them to stay shiny. They're chemical resistant, but I figure why not give them a wipe down. Didn't take that much time after. So most components I bag and tag, as you'll see here. If they're kind of one-off screws, I tried to put them in Ziploc bags and at least write something somewhat specific on it. But a lot of bolts and screws in this car are not the original. Some might be standard, some might be metric. It's very interesting what the previous owners have done. So sometimes I just didn't even bother because they were obviously not correct. Taking off the wheel nut, or I guess the axle nut. Shot of liquid death. I was actually a little worried. Most people take these off, or at least start them with a breaker bar. It's on the ground. So all the videos I watched on YouTube, people just hit that with a hammer and it just pops out. I didn't have any success with hitting things with hammers and fixing them. So I was considerably more aggressive a little later. Oh, that's not good. Was not ideal. I ended up buying a special tool for later. Again, you'll see in a future video. I went to town with a hammer and did not have much luck, so at that point I figured I would be bending the part. Amazing how easy it was with the right tool. Can you do that thing? And that one, yeah, that one. Yeah, this one was pretty tough, and spoiler, it never did come off. I stripped it out. I tried a lot of anti-seize, multiple applications, waited a while, and eventually it just rounded off in the impact gun. So that's a future me problem. So yeah, we moved on to the brake line, going into the caliper. So just speed running through, taking out the cotter pins, and basically getting us where the other side left off. In good news, I just installed triple the amount of lighting in my garage, so although not the next few videos, but eventually the lighting's quite a bit better. Also bought a new camera, so hopefully I can get some better shots that aren't so blurry. Then cleaning up, as I mentioned earlier, I got brake fluid all over everything. I didn't want to ruin my tools on my floor. I'm sure it'd be fine, but you know, it only took a little bit of a time, so it's whatever. Wasn't a big deal.
Have a good one.